Okay, so we're going to go through a lower back mobility circuit today. This is an active mobility circuit, so we're not going to hold any of the stretches too long. We're going to go through some reps. This is perfect to do before your workout, before your run, cycle, whatever it is you're going to do. I'd also recommend going through it first thing in the morning. Often that can be when your lower back is particularly tight. My glamorous assistant here has some lower back mobility issues, so this will be perfect for him as well.
Realistic demonstration.
Exactly. So first of all, you're going to start on all fours. All of this should be manageable. We've got no kit requirements, don't even need a yoga mat. You can use one if you want to, it might be a bit nicer for your knees, but you shouldn't need it. So first of all, you're going to go from all fours, drop back down into what's known in yoga as the child's pose, and then back up to all fours. You're going to repeat this 6 to 8 times. Today we'll do it for 6. Lovely. So in that bottom position, really push back into the lower spine. Perfect. From this, we're going to move into what's known as cat-cow. Has lots of different names, but we'll call it cat-cow for today. So we're really going to bring the shoulders back and then round the spine. Perfect. Lots of movement through the whole, not just the lower back, but right up through the thoracic and cervical spine. Really stretch it out. Good. Again, we're going to look for 6 to 8 reps. This might be a little bit aggravating in some positions for you if you have a bit of a grumbly lower back. So you can decrease the range, so you can not go quite so deep. Perfect. Any movement is better than none at all. Lovely. From here, you're going to come back into a downward dog position. So if you find that your hamstrings, your calves, or your lower back are very tight, you can alter the angle of the downward dog. You're then going to move forward into a plank position, drop the hips down, bring the shoulders back. Again, this spinal extension might be a little bit aggravating for the lower back. So stick in the downward dog position, hold to plank if you need to, and then go back. But if we can get the full range, downward dog into upward facing dog, that's the best thing to do. Lovely, good. About 6 reps again. One more, good. Now, from the downward dog position, you're going to walk your feet in as far as you can to come into a forward fold. So again, dependent on hamstring, calf, lower back tightness, you might find that your feet need to be a little bit wider, or that your hands don't quite make it to the floor. That's fine. It's just about feeling the pull in the lower back and the hamstrings. So you can hold the backs of your legs, lower legs, or higher up if you need to. The main idea here is to try and get your chest as close to your thighs as possible, and that way you'll really flex through the lumbar spine, the lower back, and get the most out of this exercise. So this one is a bit more of a hold, but as Nick's doing, you can put in a little sort of bounce, release about halfway up, and then fold back down again. So straighten the back to about halfway up, and then back down again, and you just get a really nice movement through there. Perfect. From here, you're going to come onto your back, so lying on the floor, and we're going to come into something called a supine knee roll. So you're going to bring the knees and hips up to 90 degrees, and you're going to roll the legs down towards the floor. It doesn't matter if you don't quite get it to the floor, but what we're looking for is control, engaging the core and the lower back on each side. Now, if you can get all the way down, you'll feel a really nice pull through the sort of outer glute and into the lower back. Perfect. Again, make sure you do an even amount each side. 4 to 5 each side is perfect. Yeah, a couple more. Good. Again, don't worry if you can't get to the floor. It's just about getting that movement through the lower back. From here, you're going to extend one leg out to the floor and hug the knee really close to the chest. Now, this will feel really nice through the lower back. You're then going to pull that leg over to the opposite side. Good. And we're going to hold there for a couple of seconds. Bring it back up. Hug it into your chest. Good. And repeat the movement. We'll do the same again about 4 times each side. Don't worry if you can't get it down to the floor. You can use the opposite arm to get a little bit more range. Same on the other side. If you bring the other arm out to the side, you will also get quite a nice stretch through the chest and the shoulder as well. Perfect. Yeah, a little grumble there, so that's good. That's doing what we want it to do. Perfect. Couple more there. And finally, because you're on the floor and hopefully your lower back will be feeling nice and warmed up, you're just going to bring both knees in towards the chest as close as you can. If you can't get to the shins, try behind the thigh. Lovely. And just hold and straighten them both out and back in again. Lovely. And you can do that a couple of times. And you should have a lovely, warmed up, mobile lower back and be able to spring up from the floor.